Hello everyone, welcome to BSS News Bulletin. This is Tahmeena Nupur and here are the top news of this hour. Record remittance inflow boosts forex reserves. Gazette of Legal Aid Services Ordinance published. Government working for environmentally sound waste management, says advisor Rizwana Hasan. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfuz Alam for following spirit of July uprising to build democratic Bangladesh. 1 dead and 17 missing as Nepal flood destroys China border bridge. Now let's go for the details. Record remittance inflow boosts forex reserves. Bangladesh's foreign currency reserves have seen a remarkable rise from under $20 billion in 2024 to over $31 billion by June 2025, indicating a strong phase of economic recovery under the interim government. According to the latest data from Bangladesh Bank, by 2nd July 2025, the country's gross reserves stood at $31.72 billion. As per the International Monetary Fund's calculation method, net reserves were recorded at $26.67 billion. The significant growth is mainly driven by a record high inflow of remittances. In the fiscal year 2024-2025, Bangladesh received $30.33 billion in remittances, the highest ever in a single fiscal year. This marks a 26.80% increase compared to $23.91 billion in the previous fiscal year. It also surpasses the earlier record of $24.77 billion received in 2020 to 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. In March 2025 alone, $3.29 billion came through the banking channel, the highest for any single month. Throughout the last fiscal year, more than $2 billion in remittances arrived every month. Speaking to Bangladesh Sangbad Sanstha, a senior official of Bangladesh Bank said the rise in reserves was supported by a drop in money laundering, steady expatriate income, and strong export growth. He noted that the dollar exchange rate remained stable at around 122 taka, mainly due to increased supply. He said exports reached $48 billion, while the government's steps to tackle market irregularities also encouraged legal remittance flows. Renowned economist and former lead economist of the World Bank Dhaka office, Dr. Zahid Hussain, mentioned that after taking office, the interim government focused on restoring order in the banking sector, supporting vulnerable institutions, and attempting to bring back laundered money. Dr. Zahid also said the government made progress in reducing the grip of influential business groups over the banking sector. However, he added that while the situation is improving, the crisis is not fully over yet. Gazette of Legal Aid Services Ordinance published. The interim government has issued the Gazette of the Legal Aid Services Amendment Ordinance 2025 to amend the Legal Aid Services Act 2000. As per the ordinance, legal aid will include advice and assistance to the financially insolvent, helpless, and those who are unable to access justice due to socio-economic reasons. This applies to cases filed, pending, or yet to be filed in court. The ordinance also allows payment of honorarium to mediators appointed under the Code of Civil Procedures 1908 and other laws for dispute settlement through mediation. It includes covering case-related costs, offering legal information, and resolving pre-litigations and court-referred disputes through mediation. The national governing body for legal aid will be chaired by the Minister or Advisor of the Ministry of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs. Members will include 2 members of Parliament, 1 from the ruling party and 1 from the opposition party, and senior officials from various ministries, legal bodies, women organizations, and rights groups. The Executive Director of the National Legal Aid Services Organization will serve as the member secretary of the governing body. Government working for environmentally sound waste management, says advisor Soeda Rizwana Hasan. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Soeda Rizwana Hasan said on Tuesday, 8th July, that the interim government is working to ensure safe and environmentally sound waste management in Bangladesh. She made the remarks during a meeting with a delegation from South Korea's Sudokon Landfill Management Corporation at the Bangladesh Secretariat in Dhaka. The discussion focused on technical cooperation for modern landfill construction and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The Korean side proposed closing 2 existing dump sites and building a new sanitary landfill with support from the Korean Ministry of Environment. The total cost for closing the existing dump sites is estimated at 1.4 billion taka, while the construction of the new sanitary landfill is projected to require an additional 13 billion taka. The Korean side urged Bangladesh to expedite formal request and project documentation to activate the proposed financial support. They also suggested turning closed sites into green spaces and including informal waste collectors in the new system. Officials from both countries, including Director of SLC Seok Oh Young and Chief Executive Officer of Chattogram City Corporation Sheikh Mohammad Tauhidul Islam, attending the meeting. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfuz Alam for following spirit of July uprising to build democratic Bangladesh. The premiere of Sravan Bidroho on July uprising, produced by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, was screened on 7th July at the main auditorium of the Bangladesh National Museum at Shahbag in the capital Dhaka. The documentary was directed by Arifur Rahman. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfuz Alam was present at the event. He said, "The spirit of the July mass uprising should be followed to build a democratic country where the civil rights of all are protected." The event was chaired by Information and Broadcasting Secretary Mahbuba Farzana, while Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Advisor Professor Dr. Asif Nazrul, Housing and Public Works Advisor Adilur Rahman Khan, Cultural Affairs Advisor Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi were also present. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Advisor Professor Dr. Asif Nazrul said that July will never be forgotten. He stated that the trial of those responsible for the July massacre would be completed before the next national elections. Shohid Abu Sayyed's father, Mokbul Hussain, and martyred journalist Tahir Zaman Priyo's mother, Shamsiara Zaman, also addressed the audience. They demanded a speedy trial for those involved in the killings. 1 dead and 17 missing as Nepal flood destroys China border bridge. Floods triggered by heavy rainfall swept through a Himalayan valley in Nepal on Tuesday, destroying a key border bridge with China and sweeping away 18 people. The incident took place on the Bhotekoshi River in Rasua district. Arjun Paudel, Chief District Officer of Rasua, confirmed that 1 person was found dead and 17 others remain missing. Among the missing are 11 Nepali nationals and 6 Chinese nationals, according to Nepal's National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority. That's all for today. For more information, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.